I'm ready to go whenever everybody
All right,
else is.
share your screen. Let's take it away. Autumn, reach out to me if you need help and we'll troubleshoot while Kimber
Got it.
presents.
Okay, so as I'm presenting today, I will be able to see your guys' faces, but I don't have the chat in front of me. So I'll be excited for Q&A. But I am super excited to share with you guys this new presentation that I developed just for Resource Fair, and it's called Developing Your Brand Personality. And so by the end of this little workshop, we'll be able to sound more like a stylist and less like a cyborg when we use AI tools in our marketing. My masterclass that the VIPs get access to was about brand identity and the 4 pieces that I think are super important to develop your brand identity. So this is kind of a good flow off of that. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that as well. I am Kimber Chapman. Let's get rolling. Okay, so for those who don't know me, I want to help you figure out one of the biggest distractions that you might have in your brand perception, and that is your brand voice. So in the beauty industry today, a lot of stylists are relying heavily on generative pre-training transformers, so Chat GPT or Google's has one, like a lot of these GPT models, and that's, if you've ever wondered what that stands for, that's it. And we're using those because we don't have marketing degrees. Nobody really told us how to speak to the people that we are trying to speak to. It used to be that word of mouth was enough, and it just isn't anymore. We have to speak to them first. So while brand identity is something that does take a lot of intentional time to fully discover, and we cannot do that in 20 minutes today, I do want to share a quick prompt that will help you get started that uses Chat GPT without sounding like Chat GPT. I do recommend having a device ready to take screenshots of slides because we're going to be, if you give me 20 minutes, I'm going to give you 20 minutes of information. So a couple things about me. I played varsity lacrosse in high school. I'm an espresso junkie, but I'm trying to back off right now. I am a Taylor Swift super fan, and peanut butter is hands down my favorite flavor. I will not be able to avoid it. So I want to do a temp check of the room, and you guys can go at this in the chat, or if you want to unmute, you can. Do you currently utilize an established brand voice in your marketing? So with actual brand traits that you refer to when creating your content. I want to see what's going on there. I do have the chat open for a little bit. Perfect. Do you struggle with creating website, email, and social caption copy? Like, are you ever stuck with that? Do you struggle with that? Is it something that is a real big issue for you? Good, good, good. Awesome. Then we're gonna get into it, okay? Last question, I believe. Do you struggle with not knowing what to post and what to share to reach your actual target client? Perfect. Awesome. Thank you guys for being vulnerable and sharing that with me. Oh, wait, there is one more question, Lordy. What is your current process for developing copy with GPT models? So when you're getting into like Chat GPT, are you saying write a caption for a hairstylist specializing in curly cuts, or are you saying give me 4 caption ideas for a hairstylist or whatever? Is that kind of what's going on right now when you're using GPTs? It's usually the case. That's what I'm finding. Okay, so the problem with Chat GPT is that since it's being widely used, and it is an amazing tool, the captions that you generate with GPT, because it's learning as you're using it and not telling it whether it's right or wrong, these captions become really easy to spot because the AI tool is using similar language in all of its responses. Although it seems really like high intelligent level, it's actually not. So it just keeps using the same things over and over. So it has the potential to streamline your marketing efforts because of that, but it doesn't actually teach you how to fish, which we'll get into at the end. And I think the #1 problem with GPT models is that they never actually really sound like you. You sound kind of robotic, and I'm just being honest. But there is a way to use ChatGPT to streamline your marketing and streamline your brand voice without actually having GPTs do the work for you. So the one thing that you need before we get into brand voice, and I want you guys to take a screenshot of this slide because we're not going to have time to get into all this today, is your aligned guest profile. You will need this in order to use the GPT prompts that we're going to be talking about today. So the 6 things that I think are really big in that aligned guest profile is demographics, values, the brands that your current aligned client already loves, the pain points that they're experiencing, the motivations behind what they're doing, and the hobbies that they have. So I did examples for the Tone Salon aligned guest profile. In these, we're not going to deep dive, but basically really deep demographics, even going into income, where they live, what this person values, where they shop. In our area, we're like a small town salon that's in a really big growing community. So most of our new clients are new to the area. What is going on in her life? So she's just approaching a spot where she wants to kind of reinvent herself and like her hobbies. So she's into content creation. She loves to binge watch Bravo, all those sorts of things. So once you have all of this information, which you might already have, you might not, you can create an aligned guest story. This is another one. I won't deep dive into every single word on this slide, but feel free to take a screenshot of all of these slides to help give yourself an outline or a template for your own brand story. So our aligned client is named Megan. She likes to indulge in experiences. So she's super into anything that's new. So we are the new salon in the area, and she's excited to come to us. She values travel. She shops at Aritzia. She likes having fun with her look, but right now she just feels kind of blah. And the thing about Megan is she's going to trust you. We are aligned with clients that trust us ultimately and aren't looking to lead the appointment. And to her, this hair appointment is ultimately about discovery. And we can help her connect with that truest self, because when she's with us, she's not mom, she's not wife, she's not babe, but for a couple of hours, she is just Megan. Now, how do we speak to this aligned guest? So in our case, it's Megan. I'm going to be saying Megan a lot in these examples. So once we've done the work, we can scale the effort. So we are going to input the details of our brand guide into Chat GPT, or that aligned guest profile into Chat GPT, and ask for the following. So we're going to copy and paste each one of those brand profile categories. So the brands they love, the demographics, the motivations, the hobbies. You're going to copy and paste all of that into Chat GPT after you say, develop 5 brand voice traits that would help me reach my target customer with reasons why. And then you would put a little colon and then paste all of that information. I'm going to leave this up for just another second while you guys finish taking a screenshot, because this is going to be exactly what you copy and paste. And these are the exact results that we got, which actually align. I did not use ChatGPT to create our brand voice traits, but these exactly go in line with what we do. And this is how I know that this works. So I got 5 results, and the first one is empowering. So, Megan values flexibility. She's seeking a salon experience that makes her feel better about herself. So we're going to use language that uplifts her spirit, encourages self-discovery, and will appeal to her desire to invest in herself. Then we have authentic. So where she shops is local boutique. She values sustainability. So we are going to highlight our commitment to sustainability as a salon and with the brands we use. That's why I love that Anna went before me, because I think that that's so important. And the personalized experience that she can expect, akin to her favorite local spots. The third was educational. So Megan needs straightforward routines and she trusts us. So we are going to give tutorials that provide clear explanations and tailor to her needs. And it helps provide tips and insights that simplify her hair care routine and her understanding of the products and services you offer. Inspiring. So she's ready to invest in herself. She's ready to embrace her truest self. She's looking to explore new styles and hair treatments that align with her lifestyle. And so we are going to share stories and examples that inspire her to try something new or experiment with her look. And the last one is welcoming. So she feels comfortable with us. So we're going to use a brand voice that is warm and welcoming. We're going to create that same atmosphere in the salon where she feels relaxed and valued. We're going to use inviting language that will assure her that she has a positive experience from the moment she walks in. So real quick, I want to reiterate that when I copy and pasted this into ChatGPT, I got these 5 traits, and then I copy and pasted into this presentation the reasons why. So I did not come up with this. ChatGPT came up with the reasons why for each brand voice trait, which takes a huge load off of your shoulders if you're like, okay, so the voice trait is empowering, but what does that mean? So I think that that's super important to remember. But now that we have our language traits that feel right to our business, we will use the following prompts to develop a brand voice guide. So using the 5 traits from the previous example, create a guide in table format where each row is a brand voice trait with columns for the following: why, what to say, what not to say, and short examples of usage. So you're going to take all of that information. You're still in the same Chat GPT, like chat or whatever AI form you're using. And then you're going to say, okay, taking all of that you just gave me, what can we do next in a table format? So you would copy and paste this right into Chat GPT. Make sure you take a screenshot of this. Perfect. And then this is exactly copy and pasted from Chat GPT. And this is the free version that got asked me in the tech check. And I think it's important to say that like I use the free version for this. It's not, you just have to know how to use ChatGPT, you know? So now we have a brand voice table with reasons why, what to say, what not to say, and examples for usage. And I'm not going to go over all of these in detail. Again, feel free to take a screenshot. And I only put a few examples up there because the whole table wouldn't fit on the slide. But one example is, again, empowering. So we do this because Megan seeks confidence and authenticity. We are going to use language that uplifts and encourages Megan versus like client shaming or any of the things that seem to be going around on social media right now. We are going to avoid patronizing or overly directive language that undermines Megan's autonomy or choices. And I think that that is an important thing to note. So we see these reels or TikToks and we're like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. I want to do that. It might not even be like super rude, but it goes against the brand voice guide, which we are trying to avoid. So we are not going to do that as a brand. And then an example of usage. So I do think that these examples are a little bit general, which is why I want to take this table and give you one more ChatGPT prompt that will help you actually utilize your voice trait and give you ideas. So for those who said that you're feeling like you just don't know what to share, this is the next thing for you. So now that we know what to say, I still don't have words. There is a prompt for that too. So take another screenshot of this slide and I'm going to read it real fast. You want to, with the information that's already been given to you, create a content calendar in table format with post ideas utilizing all 5 brand language traits. And the content calendar should have 31 post ideas, and then specify if the content is an Instagram feed post, reel, TikTok, Google Business Update, or email. So literally whatever outlets you guys use, you can use those instead of the ones that I use, but I think I got pretty much all the ones that a normal hairstylist in this industry would use. So I didn't say anything extra. I just then asked ChatGPT this question, and then ChatGPT created a 31 idea content guide. I did put a QR code for this actual guide here, so that way you guys can see it on your own time. But it gives you like the date, because I said to give me 31 ideas. The type of content, it would be the actual post idea, so showcasing a client transformation, and then why would I do that? So what brand voice trait does that go along with? And so for that one, it would be empowering. So ChatGPT did this like in order. So it's basically making sure that you're using all 5 brand traits. And I feel like that's what people struggle with a lot. They're like, okay, I know my brand traits, but how does that actually translate into the content that I'm creating? So this, if you follow everything that we just did, should be similar to what you end up with. Obviously, you're going to have your own brand values, your own voice traits, but there's a QR code here to this guide in case you just needed some ideas and maybe you feel like yours aligns with mine. Make sure you get that QR code before I head to the next slide, because we're about done. So I want to end with this quote. I'm hoping that I'm good on time. I didn't even ask Lisa. I just like just went for it.
You got 4 minutes still. You're doing great, but I have been tempted to interrupt you. Can we just get your slides inside the Facebook group, because this is way too good and we need to dig through this?
Yes. Yeah,
okay, thank you.
So I will send you, because I did forget that I sent you the link, like that is backed up with the template. So I'll send you just the 20 slides.
I would just say post in the Facebook group once it's ready. No rush.
Okay, perfect. Sweet. Yes, I'll do that. So I want to end with this, and this is what I lead in my coaching. It's a very old proverb that almost everybody knows, but I feel like we forget sometimes because we're in an industry where an educator will just shoot out, here's 5 tips for creating caption on Instagram, or here's my email headline that gets clients looking at my emails every time, or whatever the case may be. And I've been that educator before, but I decided to lean more into being the coach versus the educator. And so this is really old and should be in everybody's brains, but it rings true that if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. And if you teach a man to fish, he eats for life. So once you finish these 31 ideas, guess what you do with them? You just start over. Like, you don't have to keep continuously reinventing new content. Use what works already, do it again, and do it until you're blue in the face. The other example that I tell people is like, how many times are you watching Hulu and the same ad pops up for months? So it's not a bad idea to reuse content, and never be afraid to do that. But there are no shortcuts. There's just a way to be more efficient. And thank you guys for your time. I'm all done, and I can't wait to see you in the Q&A.
We are doing so good on time. I put a comment. I was like, Kimber was given 20 minutes and she said, hold my shit. Because that was so much fucking information. We really could go on and on and on about that. I think everyone is just trying to like wrap their head around what was just shared with them. Hold her macho. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, would love to see those slides eventually in the Facebook group. I already have a few questions for Q&A. I know we'll have plenty more questions for Q&A. And those of you that are VIP, get in the Marco Polo group. Kimber's going to be in there for the next 9 days helping you with all of these questions. And those of you that are not VIP, if you need more information and you need to say, okay, Kimber, slow down, tell me all that piece by piece, we can do that inside of the Marco Polo group. Okay,
Yeah, sorry. I
Autumn,
really thought that I was going to run over on time. So then I already talked fast. So I was just talking faster.
you
So
killed it. No, but I mean, you
apologize.
got us, you caught our attention. We see how easy it can be done. We're like, now we just need to know exactly what to type in because it was
Yes.
really good. And I'm also Chat GPT lover. So it was really speaking to me. And you're still using it even a cooler ways than I am and more creative ways than I am. Okay, chat's going crazy. Autumn, are you ready to do it? I have your slides in case we have any issues again. Go ahead and try to share your screen again, and we will roll right into Autumn.
Amazing. Thank you guys for bearing with me through that. I am so happy to be here for this amazing event hosted by Lisa, and I'm super excited to have the opportunity to share how I built an authentically aligned brand. My brand is really just a representation of me as a person, and I think that you should be your brand. And so that's what my whole theme for today is. Over the past year, I've really come to realize how crucial it is to have a strong brand identity and how it can truly transform your business. Before we get into dissecting that whole creative process, I wanted to share a little bit about my business and just so you get a better idea. All right, about me. My name's Autumn, and I am a proud owner of a spa located in Dayton, Ohio. We've had our doors open for about 4 months now, and we offer a wide range of services, including nail treatments, massages, full body waxing, eyelashes, spray tans, facials, all delivered by a team of 5 professionals, including myself. And that was my whole vision I had. I wanted a one-stop shop. I wanted businesses to support businesses. And as much as I love going and having to a hair salon and having a bunch of different people to choose from, I think it's really cool and empowering when a bunch of women can share clients and have a one-stop shop for something. So my nail technician journey began in 2020 at a commission-based salon where I really honed in my skills and learned everything that I know today at this salon. I built a loyal clientele over 2 years. And then once I realized that I was really picking up traction and I had a very consistent clientele, I ventured out as an independent nail technician. And then I wasn't able to find a place that I felt like was home. So I was really driven by the idea of creating an empowering salon environment. And that is when I founded Soul Beauty Wellness, a sanctuary where both clients and beauty industry professionals alike can thrive. So less than a year into salon ownership, I am one team member shy of fully staffed. So I know when Lisa gave my introduction, she said I was fully staffed, and I was. But with the nail technician position, I had to be very picky because I wanted to do like a 90-day trial with someone, make sure that the business that I'm about to give to them, because I do have a big wait list and I'm trying to step back from being in the chair a little bit more so I can expand my business and focus more on those things. I knew that this person was just going to have to be a perfect match. And I knew that that was going to be a little bit more difficult. And I wasn't going to get as lucky as I did with the other 4 girls that I have that were just so smooth. I will say being in Stylist Soul Tribe truly helped me validate my own emotions and feelings and like navigate new ownership, because this is my first time doing this. And like, I've only been in the industry for 4 years, so I needed help. I needed validation in my feelings and how to go about these situations. So I can't rave enough about how much Stylist Soul Tribe has, given me that community to know what to do next. So I've truly just been able to see a lot of success for myself and the talented individuals working alongside me in this short span of time. And it really has to do with the strong brand identity that I've been able to achieve and see some rapid growth and really get a strong foothold in this industry in my area. So that's how I created this brand and why I feel passionate about it. Here are some little pictures I wanted to share. That is my husband and my daughter. My husband actually was my contractor when I was building out my space. So it really helped me be able to communicate efficiently, like what my vision was and what my goal was, which I know can be really hard, even when, it's like, how do I verbalize something I see in my brain? So that helped a lot. And then the second picture is my team on our grand opening night outside of my sign. And I was very lucky to be able to attract these women before I even opened. So they were all there with me for my grand opening, which was just a dream come true. But I do believe it was because of the clear branding that I was putting out before I'd even opened my doors. Even at my grand opening party, something to make my event very unique and authentic to my brand, I had, permanent jewelry there. I had an angel card reader, so I paid her outright, and I had free angel card readings for people, which is something that you'll see just goes along with my brand. And then the third picture is a branding photo that I had gotten done before I'd even opened my doors too, because I knew that this was going to be a crucial part of like creating a successful brand that was going to attract people. So, and obviously I do nails, so some of my nail stuff. So a little bit about Soul Beauty Wellness and what my process was when I was trying to find inspiration. So I have a store central to me in Ohio, and it's named Paloma. And that was my inspiration for my shop. And I think, in an industry of trends, you do have to make it unique to what you're doing. But I can say that Paloma was honestly what I wanted to replicate and make my own. It's a wellness store that offers like aura photo readings, and they do like meditation groups, and they do sound bath healing, but they also do facials, and they sell crystals. And when you walk in, you're just hit with like this an amazing aroma of incense going. And I wanted people to feel the way in my space that I felt when I walked into there. They definitely have like a minimalist boho style. And then when I was like brainstorming what I wanted to do with my shop, I found out that like this style is actually called like Japanese, like wabi sabi, wabi sabi. I don't know. It sounds weird any way you say it, but that is like the type of style that I wanted to go for. And I really wanted people to come to a space that they can disconnect from our all fast-paced lives and create healing through self-care. A quote that I have on my website is self-care saved my body and self-love saved my soul. And like, I wanted people to feel that when they come in and then experience that for themselves as well, because I think what we do is so much bigger than what some people want to see, because people come to us with a lot of stuff. And I think everybody here probably knows that. And so then my visual style, I wanted colors that created a calming, tranquil environment. So I went with warm neutrals with accents of dark green and gold. I wanted ambiance lighting. You walk into like a really fancy place and you just have ambiance lighting. You have like sound systems throughout that is like all clear, like you're getting hit with all of the senses. And then I wanted plants to bring in some liveliness, and that goes in with like just like the natural calming greens and stuff. And then some authentic touches I put in my business is I decorated with some healing stones. We burn incense or diffuse oil or have like our candles going. I offer affirmation cards at the end of the appointment or empowerment cards. And if I remember, sometimes you're just going and you're client after client, but that's also why I put them out in the waiting room. So people, if they're sitting out there waiting for an appointment, they can maybe pick out one for themselves. And there's also like a little Zen garden out there, and it's so funny to see what people put in the Zen garden while they're just waiting out there. It's super cool. And then being a nail technician, I don't have much product that I can sell, so I sell like pumice stones, cuticle oils, nail brushes, hemp lotions, things like that. But I wanted to be able to have like a retail line that was like unique to me and like added a personal touch into my brand. And so we sell candles, and my sister actually is in the process of trying to get away from like corporate America, and she has a passion for like creating these products. So I worked with her very close to like create the sense of soul. And so like our candles are called soul flames, and then the simmer pot bags that we do, which is like a low tox way to like have a fragrant in your home, they're called soul simmers. And then we sell wax melts that we have, like I have a wax melt in the bathroom, and so we sell those. And then like some rendered tallow balm for your hands. So that's just a little bit about my business. And then I wanted to share some of the photos of oopsies. Let's see. Oh, or let me go back. Here we go. So that is my storefront with my logo. And then these are some of the branding photos that I've done. Some of these were in a studio before I got into my space. And then also having just like multiple different like variations of your logo, I think is really important. And then I wanted to share just some more photos. Let's see. So I wanted to like show some personality in my photos, and like, you know, so in one of them I have my shoes off and I'm in a more comfortable position. It's not super stuffy. And then my retail is down there as well. So you can see some of what my retail looks like. And then I think getting like in action photos is really great because it gives people a visual of like what they're going to experience when they come into your space. All right, so why is brand identity important? I truly believe that proper branding will showcase who you are and what you have to offer. This will set you apart from different other companies in your area. Cohesive branding also attracts top dollar clients and aligned staff members. I mean, it's not foolproof. You're still going to get people that want to come work for you that are not going to align with you, even though you are being very clear about who you are and what you have to offer. And same with clients as well. But I do believe for the most part, what you put out, you get back in. And so I think it works really well, and it seems to be working for me. And it just gives a clear visual to your target market. And clients really want to see more than just good work nowadays. They want to see personality, and you know, anybody can post good work online. Our industry is full of it, but they're choosing you for you, and that's what I've really come to learn. And then just a little statistics, consistent brand presentation can increase revenue by 23%. And I would honestly say that's on the low end. That's like a very low end number that I've seen. I was actually talking with my esthetician, her name's Amanda, and she gave me permission to share some of her business insights because of what we've seen in the past 4 months is pretty amazing. So she was at a salon beforehand where the branding was not very consistent. There was just some things that were missing for what she was trying to do with her business. She's only a year and a half in, and you know, when I was talking with her, she was investing in a lot of like high-end education and products for skincare, and she was not having any biters, and she was getting really discouraged because she wasn't in the place to attract clients that were going to pay $250 for a chemical peel. So she gave me permission to share her numbers, and I'm very happy about that because I think the proof is in the pudding. So from January, when she was at her last salon, she was averaging about 3K months. So the past 4 months, she is now at the point where she can hire an employee, and she's in the process of doing that, and she's hitting 11K months. And so she has seen some major success in the past 4 months, and it's just beautiful to see. All right, so here are some of like the 4 pillars that I think that my creative process, like I went through. Finding inspiration for your goal and create ways to make it your own. And then
Autumn, pause real quick, babe. Sorry. Are you guys hearing that crazy audio situation too? Are you like hitting your mic or something? You're good most of the time, but then we get this like crazy static randomly. So I don't know if it's your hands moving. I don't know what it is, but keep going.
My hands moving. Do you hear it now?
No.
Okay, maybe I was hitting my computer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we hear it a little bit. Keep going. I think you're good.
It might honestly be my dishwasher. I can turn it off.
No, it's not like that. It's like a staticky, it's like a staticky, almost like when you used to be on the phone back in the day and it would get staticky, like crinkle up the candy wrapper, Parent Trap style. Keep going. I think we're good.
Interrupt me again if you keep hearing
I will.
it.
If it gets bad, I will.
Okay, sounds good. So find your mission. What do you want to be known for? And I've said this time and time again from when I'm talking to people about this business endeavor. It's honestly more journey, of finding like what do I want to be known for?
Autumn, we're losing you audio again. Have you done anything to your microphone?
No, I have not.
That's so strange. Any tech people in the room know what this could be? It is bizarre. Because your video quality is great, so I don't think it's your Wi-Fi. You using your computer mic? You don't have an external mic, right?
Yes, I am. I'm using my computer mic. Is it still really bad?
No, it's not when you're quiet, but then once you really get into it, it starts doing it again. All right, try again. And then I don't know. I'm gonna try to just let you go and see if it works itself out. Okay, Caitlin says her first guess is that it would be something rubbing the mic somehow. So try to just adjust. It wasn't doing it the whole time, and now all of a sudden it's doing it. So maybe make sure your computer, nothing's rubbing up against it. And I'm gonna try to just be quiet and let you do it. And then I guess if we miss anything, we'll really dive into Marco Polo. But it sucks because I really want to hear what you have to say. So keep going. If it gets real, real bad, I'll interrupt you again.
Maybe I just need to talk a little bit quieter. Maybe I'm just being a little too
Yeah,
loud.
maybe it's just
I'm just, like,
blowing out your speaker a little bit. That's how I am. I get so excited. Okay, but honestly, when you're talking quiet and a little slower, it's not doing it. So let's see if that does the trick. Who knows?
That's probably it. Probably it. So again, just, finding your mission. What do you want to be known for? And that's like kind of a journal prompt as well to really be able to figure out, your whole mission in this industry. And then creating a visual style. So visual language that expresses your personality, which that would choose a consistent color palette to go with that. I would suggest 3 to 6, different colors, 6 being the max, but what you're going to see when you walk in your shop or you walk in your suite, and then also what's on your Instagram and your Facebook and your website, and all of these things being very cohesive. And then for everybody, this is going to be a little bit different, but colors that evoke specific emotions or associations. So that's why I chose the colors I did. But if you're wanting someone to, come in and feel energized, then maybe you're going to do hot pink, or you're going to do something that is, really an energizing color. And then creating a memorable logo. This is the visual centerpiece of your business, and it is like one of the first impressions people get from your online presence. And then when you have all of these things together and you have this clear vision, you can create a tagline. So creating an authentic tagline of your unique presence in the industry. So mine was JD, because I knew I wanted to stick out from their salon or spa. I wanted to be like a sanctuary people could come to. And then bringing your vision to life. So finding a branding photographer that matches your style is key. Like, I've stuck with the same branding photographer, and I really went through a lot of different people's Instagrams to really see do they edit the way I want them to edit, with what and how are they going to be able to portray my business and capture my business. And then learning your content style. Do you want to be educational? Do you want to be funny? Do you want to be motivational? For me, it's a little bit more, I want to be kind of motivational, and I do want to be educational about what people are getting out of this service and why it's good for them. And then setting time aside for content creation, because if you don't set time aside, you're not going to find it. And this is something I struggle with. And then if content creation is not your strong suit, but you want to keep your brand's online present, I really suggest contacting a social media manager, or even reaching out to them to see if you can pay them to educate you. Maybe you don't take them on if that's not in your budget, but maybe hey, would you do a class for me? That's what we're doing at the end of this month for my team. I'm having a media manager come in and do a class for the whole team to really educate everybody on what's working right now. And then here are some exercises that you can do. You can either take a picture of this or just write it down, but I suggest gathering all of your business's social media accounts, websites, marketing tools, pictures, etc., and try and spot any color or mood inconsistencies. From there, create a list of what you noticed, and then create a plan of action, so you don't overwhelm yourself with having things to do. And then something I did with my website designer when I was having like brand strategy meetings with her, she had me select 5 to 10 words that you would like your business to align with. And that really gave me like a lot of clear insight of like what I wanted people to get out of my business. And then learning and using the 5 C's of branding: clarity, consistency, content, connection, and confidence. I think confidence is one of the biggest ones, because if you're confident in your brand, and people are going to feel that and they're going to be drawn to it. And then here are some journal prompts. This is kind of what I want to keep going in the Marco Polo group, is people sharing like what they're journaling and what prompts they're using. But if you do just one a day for the next week and just take 10-20 minutes to like really think about this, I think it could be beneficial. So what values do you want to share and promote? What does my target audience look like, and how do I cater to their needs and wants? What would make me feel confident and proud of my brand? Where does my brand and visual style need improving? What is something personal and special to you that can be incorporated into your brand? And then obviously, I feel like a lot of people here already have a clear brand. So if you answer these questions and you're like, I don't feel like I need any work, then like that's something that you could just like feel really good about yourself and, you know, just take it for what it is. But also, a lot of people like to rebrand. I've rebranded multiple times, and it can do a lot for your business. So thank you all for listening and dealing with some of my technical difficulties. Now just go out there and be you.